guys, welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk on the Coast. I'm Jason Isley.
I'm Catherine Tapie.
We are the IsleyTapie team here at Seven Gables Real Estate. Welcome aboard from our lovely Southern California studios right here in Orange County.
Right. I love these studios.
I love these studios. It's a great place to do our show and come after you every week.
Yep.
And thank you for coming along for the ride. Before we do get started, however, guys, will you please go ahead, reach down to that bottom right-hand corner and like and smash our subscribe button here on YouTube.
That's
Help us
right.
gain some interest, gain some followers, and come along for the ride every week as we give you what's going on in the Orange County real estate market right here, right now.
Right here, right now.
What's going on, Kath?
Well, we had a fun weekend.
We did have a fun
we
weekend.
hung out this weekend.
We
We don't
did
really usually hang out on the weekends except, passing out all of our stuff.
We did.
But we went to the Balboa Art Walk,
Yeah.
and it was pretty cool. Had breakfast at Wilma's.
Balboa
That
Art
was
Walk
delicious.
was cool.
Brought our spouses with us.
We did.
Videoed a little bit.
We did.
We did a couple of reels that were kind of fun. Yeah.
We had some really good fun. Had some great local artists, great jewelry, well, I kind of ran away from the jewelry.
Yeah, you did.
I see rings, I see beads. I'm like, out of here. But the surfboards were pretty bitchin'.
The surfboards were really cool. They're actually right here at a shop in Corona del Mar. They have them on display.
Yeah,
They're
are
pretty cool. Yeah.
A lot of great stuff, a lot of great art.
A lot of people,
photography
bands.
too.
Oh yeah, it was.
Great photography.
And bands. There was a couple of really good bands. There was the old
guys
with
playing.
the old guys. Oh
they
my
were
gosh,
kicking it.
they were amazing.
They were amazing.
They were amazing. I just kept thinking, what if their kids walk by and it's like, that's my grandpa. That would be so cool.
Grandpa plays a nice American Telecaster very, very well. And the other guy was playing a Gibson set up through a Vox. So sounded really, really great.
Sounded
They
great.
did a lot of old surf stuff. I think they pulled some ventures out of their,
They did.
out of their repertoire. It was really kind of cool.
Yep.
And then obviously on Saturday, we were in the CDM Village. We had our coffee card challenge over the week.
We did.
We did. So we door knocked about 20 houses, but we got about 10 people's attention, came up to them, talked to some of the most beautiful property in the United States.
Gosh.
Just talked to them.
Just stunning.
Nice people. Everybody got a free coffee card from us. I said, skip on down to Starbucks
That's
right
right.
next to our office on PCH and Goldenrod and enjoy yourself a cup of joe.
That's right. That's right.
Great weekend, though.
It was really fun.
Oh,
it was
and-
really fun. I
yeah.
love meeting people down in the village.
Oh, I love it, too. And we went to Newport Landing.
Right, yeah, we had cocktails at Newport Landing, ran into Linda Leonard, who is the president of the CDM Chamber of Commerce, which was kind of fun, very random.
That was cool. Hey, what's up, Linda? And then your husband ordered that blue Hawaiian.
My husband totally stepped out of the box, ordered this big giant blue Hawaiian cocktail with rum.
It was like a cruise ship drink. I'm like, I go, have you seen the rainforest part in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels? I actually brought it on my phone and showed them where they are the rainforest in that movie, one of my favorite Guy Ritchie movies. But hey, guys, it was a great weekend.
It was a great weekend.
We love having
Yep.
you all here. But what are we here to do? We're here to do what?
We are here to talk of numbers and let you know what's going on in the market down in Corona del Mar, in the village, and in Newport overall.
That's right, guys. Let's talk
We've
real
got
estate.
some stats.
Let's do it. Whoops.
Yep.
And from
Trying to get me.
obviously, we want to give a shout out on this one for Stephen Thomas here for the Orange County Housing Report.
Yes.
But past couple weeks, luxury inventory priced above $2 million had increased from 478 homes to 568 homes. That was an increase last week before of 19%. But as of this morning, luxury inventory at $2 million plus has gone up 25%.
25%.
So we're hovering just
Yeah.
under 600 homes available in Orange County,
Yeah.
from 478 to about 597 homes.
Just in a couple weeks.
Just in a couple weeks.
It increased that much,
It increased that much.
which is good news for buyers because there's more to look at now.
That's right. And expected time on market for $2 million plus has increased from 56 to 80 days as of the first part of May this month. And it is still an extremely hot seller's market.
Very hot sellers market, and also what we like to call the ultra luxury market is 10 million plus. So comparatively, from the first quarter of 2021 versus the first quarter of 2022, the amount of units sold is up 95% from last year to this year in that 10 million plus market.
That's right. So the 10 million plus market was extremely busy, obviously, in the beginning of 2022. We are seeing a slight change. However, things have changed because first quarter, what happened after the first quarter? The rate went up.
Up.
So
which
that has
changes things.
changed things dramatically, and it is, we're seeing it throughout. So like we said in our reel, that there was 23 properties sold last year in the first quarter over $10 million, and in the first quarter of 2022, that had increased to 45 units sold in the OC
Right.
at $10 million plus. It could
Yeah.
be 10, it could be 17. I actually looked at it last night. The average sales price above 10 million was $14.8 million.
Wow.
So that is,
And it's still hot.
then
It's still a good market.
it's still a good market, but currently right now around OC there's 68 properties listed in Orange County. 68 properties above $10 million currently listed. That is all of Orange County, and most of them, if not all of them, are probably on the coast, stretching
Yep.
from San Clemente all the way up to Huntington Seal Beach, with most of the bulk of them being Laguna, Newport Coast, Corona del Mar, and down in on the peninsula in Newport Beach. But right now, 68 properties that are listed. There's only 7 properties in Orange County, only 7 that are currently in contract. And here's the kicker: only one is in Newport Beach, and almost all the rest of them are in Newport Coast.
Right.
So
Yes.
Newport
Yeah.
Coast has the bulk of almost every property in contract right now in Orange County, over $10 million.
So Southern California has about 465 active residential listings that are on the market for over $10 million.
For over 10
465 active listings over $10 million
Wow,
in
that's
Southern California. But that's everything. It's LA, Orange County, San Diego.
San Diego. You're looking La Jolla to Rodeo, baby.
Yep.
That's how it looks. So what we like to do is let's talk about Corona del Mar right now.
Right.
What is Ultra Luxe doing right here in our 92625? So right now there are 10 properties on the market in Corona del Mar that are at or over the $10 million marker. That's Ultra Luxe. We consider that $10 million and above right now.
Yep.
10 properties listed currently. There's 4 in Ocean, there's 2 on Irvine Terrace, there's 2 in Cameo Shores, 1 in Shorecliff, and there's 1 down on Bayside, a spectacular property about 5 lots up from Balboa Yacht Club, which has been on the market quite a while. And since we're old school, we kind of like the waterfront rather than being up in the 909 area of the Newport Coast. That's just how we roll. But all those properties are all only on the market. None of them are sold currently right now. Everything else is under.
Yep, there's nothing currently over $10 million in escrow right now. So.
Yeah, well, that's pretty crazy.
Yep, and then as we mentioned prior, in OC right now there are only 7 properties on the market currently under contract.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yep.
we already did that.
Yep.
And let's talk about Newport Beach. Newport Beach doesn't look much different. That's our Harbor Island. That's our Collins Island. That's our Balboa Island, our peninsula. What embodies what makes Orange County is Newport Beach. That's where the waves hit the sand. And right now, there's only 12 properties available in Newport Beach over $10 million. None of these are under contract except for 1, and that's way up on Harbor Ridge, which almost feels like CDM to me, but it's technically Newport Beach is a 92660 area code, and that was new construction. So we're seeing if it's got the newer construction seems to be a little bit hotter. I mean, there are some fantastic properties over 10 million. Not there are just some, but if you're going to do that, I'm seeing stuff a little more turnkey. Newer construction seems to be people just put their stuff down, just go to town.
Yep.
And the remainder of all the $10 million plus real estate contracts in escrow in Orange County are all, like I said earlier, in Newport Coast. That accounts for pretty much everything.
Yep.
So things have changed dramatically.
Yep. So let's talk Orange County.
Let's talk.
So, all price ranges, residential property inventory is up from last week across the OC. There are currently 1,692 active single-family homes, 711 condos, townhomes, and 231 properties are listed under coming soon. So there's an additional 231 properties that are going to be coming on the market in the next week, maybe 2 weeks. It just varies with the realtor as to when the house is actually going to be ready to hit the market. And how about rates and inflation?
Let's talk about that rates and inflation.
Yep.
It's had an immediate impact in the Orange County housing market. It is still a great seller's market. Do not get us wrong. whatsoever. It is still bonkers for sellers out there.
It is.
Things are changing all over the map in different ways. There's no steady board out there, so to speak, right now that we see. A lot of these people who were looking in certain price ranges, they have been forced to readjust, and other people have almost been forced out of the market altogether.
They have been,
With the rate hike. So according to Mortgage News Daily, as of this morning, 30-year fixed average is running about 5.37% with 0 points, and average on a 30-year jumbo is 4.75.
And just a side note,
Yeah.
that interest rate really isn't terrible.
Not in the grand scheme of
I know
things.
comparatively speaking to a couple months ago when it was like 2.5 to 3.5%, but when I bought my first house, my interest rate was 11%.
Yeah.
And I thought I refinanced it, got into 9%. So, 5.3 is not that bad.
Well, how much was the property you first bought?
I know, it was $250,000.
So things.
But still 11%
11%.
of
So
$250,000.
that would cause things to go
Yeah.
insane right now
That's
if that
right.
happened.
That's right. And there's other options too that are available with ARMs and all that kind of stuff.
There are, and it's a lot of it has to fall back on what we call like the affordability index, and what does that look like? What is the interest rate versus what you're going to do versus what kind of money you're bringing in, and then you have the cost of food and you have the cost of gas and everyday living, which has increased. Does your dollar buy you more?
I know.
It probably doesn't
Yep.
at this point.
I know.
It's changed quite a bit.
This morning on the news, they were saying that wages have increased like 5.5%, but inflation's gone up 8.5%, or inflation's at 8.5%. So salaries are still not completely catching up.
No, they're not, and that's a big problem. A lot of people who are priced out of the market right now, a lot of those buyers were at that entry level around $900,000, and that's where the rubber meets the road.
That's right.
A lot of clients that we've represented in the past, what is really the best $900,000 market? And a lot of people would say there's certain parts of South County we like, our Lake Forest, we like our Mission Viejos, and then in Central Eastern County, like your North Tustin, your North Santa Ana, your Old Town Orange, Area 75, 72. People want to be in the little 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses.
Yep.
1,400 square feet with a dog, the
Yeah.
yard, little fence, and it's just the inventory at that price is just not there.
I know.
It is not
But
there.
it will be.
And
It will be. It's not doom and gloom.
No, it's not doom and gloom, and it's so a lot of that has changed. A lot of people who were probably over the million mark or running around 1.4, 1.5 have been forced to reassess, and maybe their purchasing power has changed
Yes.
down a little bit.
Yeah.
And median list price right now in Orange County, as of this morning, was $1,480,000. So
Medium
yeah,
list price.
median list price.
$1,480,000 in Orange County.
That's just like, hey, that's the status quo for Orange County. If you want to buy here, across the board, on the average, you're going to be paying somewhere around that price.
Yep.
And so, hey, that's what it
And
looks
who
like
do
for
you need
that.
to call to get those?
Us.
IsleyTapie.
Well, you call Ghostbusters. It's over for
No,
you.
don't call Ghostbusters.
Don't call them. Don't
No.
call Peter Venkman. You want to call
Yeah.
Catherine and I.
Catherine and Jason.
Where's our piano?
I know.
They hate this. They hate when I do this. If you're a Ghostbuster person, you know exactly what I was doing. And obviously, cost of food and gas. So, there's a really cool website that I look at once in a while. What's the average price of fuel in Orange County right now? So, average price of gas of this morning, according to one of these little cheat sheet websites I like to go to, is $6.43 a gallon.
That's up like $1.90 from what? Like in the last few months or last year.
Yeah, it's
But,
quite.
but mostly in the last few months, it's just been going crazy.
It's been going
Stock
crazy.
market looked pretty good this morning.
Stock market looked a little bit better, but average food costs, they said, I think the USDA also said that average food costs for, going out to dinner is going to increase anywhere from 5.5% to a little tad over 6.5%
Yep.
on the average.
Yep.
So all these things come into play with,
They do.
with when you're going to buy the biggest purchase of your life.
Yep, they do.
It's a big deal.
When I was watching the news and they were talking about like inflation and wages and all that kind of stuff, they also were talking about like retail is up, people going out to eat and everything is up, and they were analyzing it and they said that just having that like COVID confinement, he called it, people are just wanting to just go out and spend some money. So that sector is actually still doing okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. And it's been an interesting week. We didn't want to cover this, but we might as well cover it now. But last week I talked to one of my clients who lives in Laguna Niguel, and I called him. He was on his way to LA on business. And I talked to him about probably 2:30 in the afternoon. We had been not been able to communicate too much because he had just come back from a trip. And so we were trying to set up going to dinner with me and Rachel. And so later on that day, there's a fire going on in Laguna Niguel last Friday.
They're still working on that fire.
They're still toying around with it. His house is 2 streets below where the main fire blew through.
That's awful.
So he sends me a photo of Google Earth, and his house is literally right underneath the flames.
It's
They
unbelievable.
They lucked out that they did not get it.
I know, and that big giant mansion that was that burned up, like the whole thing was just leveled. That was actually in escrow, a couple of signatures away from closing escrow. $10 million house. Speaking of $10 million houses,
someone's going to get their deposit back.
Yeah, I know.
Well, forget the home inspection. That's out the door.
Yep.
But
then on something fun to talk about.
Oh, well, let's do it.
Yellowstone people. I just heard on the news this morning, if you are a Yellowstone addict like me, they started filming season 5 this morning.
Yeehaw!
And Top Gun's coming out in 9 days.
Top Gun comes out in 9 days,
Yeah.
Catherine, 9 days.
I want to go to the, I love going to the movies.
She loves going to the movies. I can't wait to see Maverick on stilts. Well, he's only 5'3" or something. Who's shorter, Tom Cruise or Michael J. Fox?
Oh, Michael J. Fox.
Or Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito's 4'10".
Really?
I just.
Well, Tom Cruise is like 5'7". He's not 5'3".
He looks good.
Yeah, I know. He looks really
How
good.
old is he? 62? 61?
I don't know.
He looks good for
We
his
can ask
age.
Siri.
I don't know Siri very well. I have a droid. I say, "Hey, droid," and it still doesn't answer.
I
me.
ask her questions all day long.
You and Rachel both.
Yeah, I do. It's right there.
Is your Siri a man or a woman?
A girl.
It's
With
a girl?
with an accent, with an Australian accent.
My wife Siri is a man.
Ah.
She goes, "Hey Siri, where are you?" He goes, "I'm over here."
Maybe I should change it.
I go, "Who the hell is that?"
Maybe I should change it to a man.
Well,
With an English accent.
my Alexa's a British chick,
Oh, our Alexa, she's got an accent too.
but if you ask her a certain she'll give it to you in metrics.
Ours is Australian.
Oh really?
We have an Australian Alexa.
Australian
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Very cool. I
Yeah.
like that. She locked down the whole country too? Anyways, guys, thanks for coming along for the ride today. We do have to go, but we really, really thank you for coming along to the ride. Please remember to smash that like button. Down on the right-hand side, Catherine and me, we're here to answer any real estate questions you may have about what's going on in Orange County.
Yep.
And we look forward to hopefully meeting you all and working with many of you in the future.
Sounds good.
All right, Kath.
Okay. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Betting $3 because you're betting 300 pennies, which doesn't sound like a lot, but then you're like, well, it's $3.
It's $3.
And then if you hit, like you double it, now it's $6 and $9. And one time I accidentally hit it with like $21. I'm like, holy shoot.
Holy.
What did I just do?
Look at all our scripts here. We don't need this crap. This is just crap. We don't need this anymore. Luxury real estate, who gives a shit? I mean, this is...